And if you put a secret button combination in, he gets up out of the chair, and you get an achievement called you could ask nice, and you can go find a hidden computer in the corner of the room you're stuck in, because you're stuck in like this torture chamber. It's a computer, and this game is set in 1980, and you can an old DOS computer. You have to type in commands like open, start menu, and shit, and you can put in secret commands to unlock things. Like if you put the letters DOA, you unlock a special minigame called It's called Dead Ops Arcade, and it's kind of like those old top-down twin stick shooters, like where one of the analog sticks moves your character and the other one aims your gun and fires. It's a lot of fun. And Johnny came back from getting a drink, and he saw I had done this, and he was like, "Whoa, what is this? This is so cool! Oh my god!" And I kind of like basked in the glow of his admiration. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm cool. I'm your big brother. I know secret shit." And then I did a special code that was more for me than for him. If you type in the command Zork, I don't know if you've played a text adventure. I know I've told you all about the one I used to play, the Improbable Island game. By the way, I stopped playing that because it's something you have to do with a friend. You have to have someone with you to help you explore and learn with you, because the people who are there are kind of, they're not friendly to newcomers. It's not that they're not friendly, it's that they don't feel like including you. It's like a very clique filled place of pre-established relationships. Anyway, off topic. You type in Zork and you get the original text adventure game, which was called Zork, the Underground Adventure. And I got to do it again. I got to fill his eyes with wonder for his older brother. But I was playing a text adventure in front of him with a USB keyboard, and he didn't have any idea what was going on. He was like, "What are you typing? I don't understand. What's going on?" It described like, "You are in front of a White House with a mailbox," and he was like, "Try going in the house." And I was like, "Go house." And he was like, "Why would you type go house? Type go into the house." And I'm like, "It doesn't understand that." And then the doors were locked, so he was like, "Well, try looking in the mailbox." I was like, "Look mailbox." And he was like, "Dude, just put look in the mailbox." It was kind of fun seeing him try to reason with a game that required exact syntax. And I felt old school, going go north, go west, look here. Oh my god, I'm nerding out. I guess another thing I want to touch on, since this is already probably like over 10 minutes, for real this time, I've fallen in love with this game, Phoenix Wright. I'm sure you've heard of them before, where you play as a lawyer. And I thought it was going to be some kind of boring, courtroom simulator where you're like a lawyer and you gotta look for things in legal code and shit. But I decided to give it a try. It's actually a type of game. They're bigger in Japan than they are here. I've read. They're called visual novels, kind of. There's like a preset story. Like the story is gonna go the same way every time. It's just that you get to kind of interact with it, and you're the one that moves the story forward. But there is a set story you're supposed to get. And it's a lot of fun because there's two main aspects of the game that you play through: investigating and a trial. Investigating is when you go out like into the game world and find clues and talk to people for information, and then in court is when you use all the stuff you gather during your investigation. And this game makes me feel really smart because what you do in court is a witness will come up and testify to what they saw or did, and you have to use the facts that you've gained from the things you've learned while investigating to spot contradictions or flaws in their testimony. Like in the very first case, a guy says like, "Oh, I saw the body in the apartment at 1 o'clock," and I was like, "Wait, how would he know it was 1 o'clock?" So I said, "How do you know it was 1 o'clock?" And he was like, "Oh, I heard the time. It must have been coming from a TV in the apartment, because I didn't go in." And then you have a piece of evidence that says there was a blackout in the area from like 12 to 5 p.m. So he couldn't possibly have heard a TV on. And I presented the evidence, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. I actually saw it. It was a table clock." But there was no table clock, and the murder weapon was like this statue of the thinker. And he was like, and I was like, there was no clock. There was just this statue of the thinker. And he was like, oh, the statue is a clock. He was getting really nervous. He was like, when you twist the head, it says the time. And and then from that, I figured out, oh, how would he have known that when you twist it, it says the time if he never went in the apartment? And I questioned him on that, and I realized since it was the murder weapon, he must have hit the victim with it, and then it said the time, and that's how he knew what time it was. And I was like, aha! And I can't and he confessed because I freaked him out, and I saw through all his lies, and I realized how nerdy I'm being, and I don't even know if you're even interested in this. And I'm gonna go ahead and end this right now because I'm probably almost at 20 minutes. I mean, maybe not. It's just what it feels like to me. And I have to go feed those